Welcome back to the show. This is a great topic because many of us probably know somebody either close to us or perhaps a friend of someone's who needs care, and that care isn't necessarily constant all the time. Sometimes you need care for something very specific. You're going out somewhere and you just need somebody to help you out. Maybe you're going to a music festival or something like that. Well, my next guest has come up with a brilliant idea, and I'm joined by Emma Brown. She is the founder of Whimble. Welcome to the show, Emma. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell me, what's the inspiration behind this?
So I have a brother with a physical disability. He's a couple years younger than me. He lives in Centertown like I do, and he has a PSW, or a personal support worker, who comes in for a couple of hours every morning, helps him get up, go to the bathroom, take a shower, get dressed. And then for the rest of the day, he's largely independent. He can make his own meals. He can get himself to bed. He's on his own for 22 hours of the day.
Okay.
But like in all of our lives, stuff happens, and he occasionally needs some extra assistance, and we just recognize through that experience that there's not a lot of backup systems in place to get him the help that he needs on demand, essentially.
Yeah, so this on demand, I think as you described it, Emma, it was almost like Uber-like. You're looking at putting together an app where people could, or a Jiffy even. The Jiffy app comes to mind as well. How would it work exactly?
Yeah, so my initial wireframes, when I first started thinking about this, I literally took screenshots of the Uber app and put a new logo on it. But yeah, it's just the basic concept is the same for all two-sided marketplaces, where you have a demand side, so we have people in need of personal care assistance, and a supply side of caregivers who have joined the app and are available to offer their assistance on demand. And then in theory, once we get our app under development, there'll be a matchmaking algorithm. So when someone puts in a request for assistance, so my brother could go on and say, I'm out at a bar, I need help catheterizing, like going pee quickly. Right. And then using GPS and a matchmaking algorithm, it'll connect him with a caregiver who's available and can come over and help him with that task.
Which I think is brilliant, because somebody like your brother, as he said, he can do the task, but probably finds himself more isolated than most. I think of my father as well. He's had a heart attack and 3 strokes, and he has, the type of care you're describing. But if he wants to go somewhere, wants to go to the movies, or if he wants to go to a music festival or a concert of some kind, that's missing, right? That's part of the issue. So what kind of professionals then are you looking for?
I will take anyone at this point. It's a hard time to be looking for healthcare workers, as everyone's dealing with shortages. The ideal person that I need right now is a personal support worker, or a PSW, or someone who has experience dealing with adults with disabilities, working in community, going into their homes, helping them with toileting, bathing, meal prep. Some people need assistance eating and drinking, getting dressed, like very basic personal care needs that people need on a daily basis. At some point, I hope to be able to train people to develop these skills to assist people, but at this point in the early stages, I'm really looking for a core group of experienced caregivers who can help us get this off the ground.
Emma, what's your background?
It's quite useless to this space.
Nothing's useless, Emma. Don't say it like that.
I have a chemical engineering background, so in the healthcare/app development world, it's pretty useless. But I do have some problem-solving skills, so that those have come in handy so far.
I understand you're doing a beta test right now. Can you tell me a little bit about that, how that's been going?
Yeah, so we're really just trying to test out the concept here in Ottawa. So we're trying at this point to get a very small pool of people on the demand side and a very small pool of people on the supply side, and then just kind of put it out there and see what happens. See what time of day the requests are coming in. Is it all people needing assistance in the morning because their routine caregiver hasn't showed up and they can't get out of bed on their own? Is it people putting in calls for assistance because they've had to stay late at work and they need someone to come into the office to help them do a quick bathroom break? Is it late at night when people are out at a bar and don't want to go home to get back to their routine person? So trying to figure out what the patterns look like, what the volume of demand looks like, and then hopefully be able to expand out from there.
Is an app in development at the moment?
Yeah, so at this point, we have it very basically set up. It's actually using Shopify, so another homegrown Ottawa company, but we basically just have a store set up right now where you can go on and buy blocks of time. So you can say, I need to buy 1 hour for bathing and toileting. And then eventually we're going to develop something that will hopefully look and operate much like an Uber app.
Yeah, and I guess it's more cost effective, because in your brother's case, I'm sure you see how, it can be can be expensive. If you need, 7-day care, whether it's 2 hours a day or, up to 8 hours a day, this would be a great opportunity for, maybe use the service twice a day, right? Maybe once in the morning and before bed. And I think one of the more important things, Emma, is people want to stay at home, right? That's part of the reason you're probably doing this as well, right?
Yeah, the initial idea came from my brother and our friends who have disabilities and are young, independent adults who want to live at home. They want to live in their own condos or out in the community.
Right.
But this will also apply to seniors who aren't ready to move into a long-term care environment, but they do need a little bit of extra assistance to be able to stay home.
And you want a partner. I mean, we don't have to mention who it is, but I know you're working with a festival. What's that response been like? And how convenient would that be, right, to have somebody that could take you out and, again, to get you out of that isolation many people with disabilities live with?
Yeah, it feels like we're at a bit of an education point in our development
Okay.
of being able to partner with event organizers. So a lot of people, when they think of accessibility, they think, is there a ramp? Check. Or is there an elevator? Check.
Right.
And for an event to truly be accessible or truly be inclusive to everybody, regardless of their level of need or the amount of assistance they need, there needs to be someone there who can help them, or they have to find a friend or a family member to go with them. So we really want to educate event organizers and venues that in order for everybody to be able to participate fully and enjoy an event, there needs to be someone there who can help them go buy a beer or go buy merch or have a meal or go to the bathroom quickly.
Right.
So they need that truly inclusive support when they're there.
I just have 20 seconds here, but our call to action here, I imagine you're looking for investors. I mean, this takes money, right?
Yeah, that I'm not so worried about
Okay.
right now. I just need caregivers. If
Okay.
there's any retired nurses, retired PSWs, anyone out there who has informal training in this space who wants to earn a bit of extra income, I'd love to connect with them.
Excellent. Emma, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Again, you can find out more information if you fall into one of those categories at whimble.com. That's WHIMBLE.com. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere.